who's continuing his good form from last season. Well, Stephen Hendry opened up a 2-0 lead in this match with breaks of 75 and 55. And we join the match in frame 3 with Barry Pinches at the table. Your commentators are Willie Thorne and Dennis Taylor.
Now, let's just see the difference, because I think Stephen Hendry will take it on. And he can get round the back of this red that's just to the left of the black spot, but half a chance and Stephen will take it on.
One.
That was just slightly easier than the one that Barry refused. I think this is one of the problems for someone like Barry playing Stephen Hendry. He's worried if he makes a mistake that he's going to lose the frame, and that affects your play, instead of just playing your own game and being positive and try to forget who you're playing against.
Yes, couldn't agree more, Dennis, but as you rightly say, Barry couldn't have played the shot to nothing the way that Stephen did, so just in case viewers at home are wondering why Barry didn't play that shot, he couldn't get round the back of the black. Keyboard attempt to finish in a position for Stephen where that shot was available, and once again he's now in prime position on a chance to score very heavily. Oh, if he's got the gap and he can get on the black, that is poor, because the black was only available into the left hand corner and he's finished absolutely perfect. Black, of course, will go on its own spot and will still be only available into one of the pockets, but that was a huge slice of luck to go into that red.
$19. 20.
Now, if the red next to the black pots, eventually he'll be able to remove that.
$25.
Well, that's what's available into this corner pocket. Now, if he judges the cannon correctly, he can push that red on for the opposite corner. He's taking the black in too. Well, he was only cannoning that red
33
on the thin side. Already for 31 points in front. It's looking good again for the Scot.
Yes, what a baptism of fire this is turning out to be for Barry Pinches. He's only had one chance with his hand on the table, potted red and black, and Mr. tricky red.
39.
That's his only scoring opportunity, and almost certain now to be 3-0 behind.
Just needs the one more red.
47.
He screwed it back a little bit further than he wanted, but shouldn't be any problem.
48.
You can't do much about this. Stephen Hendry played well against John Parrott.
55.
He played even better against Ali Carter, and he looks in scintillating form here.
56.
Yes, we always talk about trying to win the frame at one visit, and that's what he has done in all the 3 frames, 75, 55, 56 and counting. Certainly worrying times now for Barry. Really could do with this last frame before the mid-session interval just to come out 3-1, 4-0. He could question himself.
This is a similar pattern to his match with Ali Carter. Stephen won the first 4
69.
frames against Ali Carter and then lost the next 4.
71.
He's not the sort of player you want to give 4 frame start to, is he, Willie?
Yes, he's only had one real thrashing in his life, and that's when young Marcus Campbell.
74.
He's sadly missed. Right character Marcus beat him 9-0 in this very championship a few years ago. And Marcus is not doing as well as he would like over the last couple of years. Lovely guy, Marcus. Great golfer, Dennis, as well.
As indeed Stephen Hendry is. I think they both play off a 5 handicap.
83.
Over the years, though, Dennis, this young man on our screens has beaten plenty of pairs, 5-0, 9-0. Fantastic player.
89.
Not enough on to make the century break, but he still gives it every care. In the black gold, that's another frame-winning break from the 7 times world champion. That break of 96 puts him into a 3 frames to nil lead.
Well, Barry Pinchers did manage to win the next frame to make it 3-1, and here's frame 5.
sure from that camera angle whether the brown will pass the blue. If it does, he'll be taking it on. If not, he has the R4 yellow. Obviously the brown is on. There you can see there's just enough room for the brown to pass the blue. He may decide to go into the reds just to the right of the pink here, because he's not guaranteed to get on a loose red. That's why he's taking the alternative yellow. Well, he still hasn't made his mind up. Yellow opposite two reds to the right of the pink, both available. So it's just stun off the cushion with a little bit of left-hand side and bring them up close to these two reds.
Three. Four.
This is where the new cue comes in handy as well, because he's got all the extensions to go with it. Okay, when he did have his old cue altered, he could just screw the little extension in, but prior to that, he had to push on an extension, and it's much easier nowadays with the equipment that they have and the extensions they have to screw onto the cues.
12. Nineteen.
One loose red, but we know what Stephen Hendry tends to do at the first opportunity. He wants as many reds open as possible, so he'll be going into them here. It's going to have to be a long range one. I think the one just next to the pink is on.
28.
He felt he got a bad contact there. The cue ball threw off at a different angle than he expected.
32.
It's not nicely on any red.
$33.
It's been a good recovery, but still needs a good pot to keep the break going. Probably go up for blue or bought colour from here. The angle's too tough to get onto the black. Yes,
41.
playing off the two cushions. Now back in prime position.
Red in the middle of the bunch of 5 is available, and if it's straight he can drop nicely onto the black.
46.
very much looks like Stephen Hendry's going to win the frame with one visit, as he does so many times.
54.
Little cannon on the red to the left here with Holden in perfect position. Didn't get the cannon as he intended, but that'll do very nicely. Any cannon at all is going to leave something on there. Well, he's done everything in this quarter-final. So far, only make a century break. He's had breaks of 75, 55, 96.
As he did in the first three frames. One good opportunity, wins frame and one visit. Little cannon from pink onto the red, even though he got a kick, it didn't turn out to cost him any positional side. And the only thing he hasn't done in this game is make a century. I think he's strong favourite here.
76. $83. 84. 91. 92.
Now, he could move the red, but there's a bit of a gap where he can sneak around the back of it, and that's why he's decided to leave the long pot. If he had a screwed down, he could have went in behind the red and missed completely.
99.
But this is a tough red to make that century. Oh, what a
100.
good shot that was from Stephen Hendry.
$102. 104. 107. 12. Barry Pinch's four.
Bit unlucky to go in off, but nevertheless, that was a
107.
magnificent century break from Stephen Hendry. He extends his lead. He's now 4-1 in front.
Well, just like O'Sullivan's match, Hendry's lead was too much to overcome for Barry Pinch's. A 6-2 first session lead soon became an identical 9-3. Those final three frames were knocked off in 35 minutes this evening.
It was very important to stamp my authority in the match early. Obviously, it was Barry's first quarter-final, and I think the next time he was in the quarter-final, he'll play a lot better than he did today. But yeah, I was scoring pretty heavily. I mean, every time I got in, it was more or less a break to win the frame. So, you know, as I say, it was important to keep him under pressure. I wasn't so happy with my long potting today, but you know, everything else is fine. My game's in fine condition, but you know, you can't expect to go out every day and put everything. So, you know, the main thing is I'm scoring heavily, which you need to be in contention for these tournaments. If the match is anything like the final in Brighton, you know, the crowd here in York are in for another treat. But you know, we're both capable of playing some great snooker. Ronnie's playing some fantastic stuff this week, and you know, as you say, I'll have to be on top form to win.
So let's take a look at the semi-final lineup. It's the mouth-watering prospect of Hendry versus O'Sullivan. They've accumulated 15 centuries between them already in this tournament. They play on Saturday. And the other semi-final is between Matthew Stevens and the Whirlwind, Jimmy White.